360. My name is Martin Asiedu-Dati.
I am Portia Gabwa. Coming up, the headlines.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal,
EcoBank.
Coming up tonight, Shraj Commissioner calls for increased government funding for anti-graft agencies.
And also coming up tonight, Ghana intensifies fight against neglected tropical diseases through mass treatment exercise in 15 endemic regions.
And later in the bulletin, government to engage organized labor on decent work agenda for Ghana's rapidly growing digital economy sector.
Later in business news, Bank of Ghana converts all rural banks into community banks as part of major financial sector reforms.
And on the foreign front, former Nigerian oil minister Jezani Alison Madueke found not guilty of 6 bribery charges by a London jury. We have details of all these stories and more, plus business, sport and entertainment at the tail end of the program. Let's settle for it.
In our very first story, corruption continues to pose a major threat to defense institutions across sub-Saharan Africa. That's according to a new report by Transparency International Defense and Security, presenting findings from the 2025 Government Defense Integrity Index in Accra. Head of Research, Dr. Michael Ofori-Mensah, revealed that all 17 countries assessed fell within the high-risk to critical risk categories for corruption in the defense sector.
The report, which evaluates corruption risks in political affairs, defense finances, personnel management, military operations and procurement, gave the region an average score of 29, placing it firmly in the high-risk category. Head of Research, Defense and Security at Transparency International, Dr. Michael Ofori-Mensah said, although many countries have anti-corruption laws and oversight mechanisms, enforcement remains weak, creating a significant gap between legislation and practice.
Out of the 17 countries, none had a military doctrine that highlighted corruption as a strategic issue to be addressed in military operations. And this is actually quite worrying.
The study also found that parliamentary oversight is often ineffective due to executive influence, inadequate technical expertise, and restricted access to information. Dr. Ofori-Mensah called for stronger independent oversight, greater transparency in defense spending, improved whistleblower protections, and enhanced anti-corruption measures within military institutions. Representing the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Commodore Thomas Nifio Okai stressed the need for strong governance, accountability, and integrity to achieve sustainable security outcomes in West Africa.
Many countries are expanding their security responsibilities and increasing investments in defense. Yet, experience from around the world reminds us that stronger security outcomes are not achieved through resources alone. They depend equally on the quality of the institutions that manage these resources.
A representative of Transparency International Defense and Security UK, Yi Kang-cho, described corruption in defense institutions as a global challenge that undermines military effectiveness and weakens public trust.
Emergency procurement, opaque public-private arrangements, weak conflict of interest, safeguards, and unregulated influence channels are creating new integrity risk within the sector. Parliaments, Audit bodies and oversight institutions frequently lack the resources or the political will to do their jobs.
Executive Director of Transparency International Ghana, Mary Ada, said the initiative seeks to strengthen accountability, transparency and resilience in defense and security institutions across participating countries.
Now, about 10,000 corruption and corruption-related cases are reported to the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, each year. The Commissioner of SHRAJ, Dr. Joseph Whittle, says while this reflects growing public confidence in anti-corruption institutions, the government must ensure these agencies are adequately resourced to investigate and pursue such cases effectively.
Corruption remains one of the biggest challenges to governance and development in Ghana. Experts say the willingness of citizens to report suspected wrongdoing is a sign that many Ghanaians still believe institutions can deliver justice when given the necessary support. Speaking at the forum on the role of the media in strengthening citizens, the Commissioner of SHRAJ, Dr. Joseph Whittle, indicated that delays in investigations and prosecutions often undermine public confidence and discourage whistleblowers from coming forward.
Restoring trust requires a collective effort. Government must demonstrate genuine commitment through action rather than rhetoric. Parliament must strengthen oversight. The judiciary must continue to dispense justice fairly and expeditiously. Anti-corruption institutions must be adequately funded and protected from undue interference. Citizens must actively participate in accountability processes. Ghana must move from symbolic anti-corruption efforts to measurable outcomes.
Public trust in the media is essential if citizens are to confidently expose wrongdoing and demand accountability.
We are able to also keep these accountability institutions on their toes so that the public will begin to know that, okay, there is a voice for us. That voice will not be dimmed by maybe something flimsy that comes up. That voice will not be dimmed by whoever pays money. And once that trust is there, they will always come to us with information. To be able to stand out, we need to be able to define our own terrain and keep at it. Let's do what the average blogger or content creator cannot provide.
All the capacity building efforts that we've made are all aimed at strengthening the media as agents for promoting the fight against corruption. Journalism can reveal wrongdoing, as we continue to do, but accountability requires that institutions have to act. Leaders should demonstrate integrity, and citizens must remain engaged in demanding change.
The Media Foundation for West Africa, organizers of the forum, also unveiled a new cohort of its next generation investigative journalists program, charging participants to uphold high standards of professionalism.
Let's now move on to the health sector, and with the exception of pregnant women, children under 5 and lactating mothers, all eligible persons will be vaccinated against elephantiasis, river blindness and bilharzia in 15 endemic regions. The exercise, which forms part of efforts to achieve the global target of eliminating neglected tropical diseases by 2030, will start on Saturday, June 20 and end on July 3. A report by Sarah Apenko.
Neglected tropical diseases, NTDs, continue to affect millions of Ghanaians despite significant progress towards their eradication. Ghana is currently endemic to 14 out of 21 NTDs recognized by the World Health Organization. While the country has successfully eradicated guinea worm, sleeping sickness and trachoma, the remaining active diseases continue to pose a threat. Currently, the burden of river blindness, which is caused by a parasitic worm and transmitted through bites of infected black flies, has reduced from 149 districts to 86 districts. Elephantiasis burden has also reduced from 117 endemic districts to 3, while bilharzia remains a public health concern in all districts across the country. The mass drug administration, according to health experts, remains one of the most effective and safest strategies for interrupting the transmission. Dr. Samuel Kaba Korea is the Director General of the Ghana Health Service.
From 20th June to 3rd July 2026, trained health workers and community volunteers will visit communities to provide free medicines to eligible individuals. These medications are safe, effective, and vital in protecting families from river blindness, elephantiasis, and bilharzia. When the health workers and the volunteers visit, please take the medicine as directed and encourage others to do same.
CSOs and development partners want government to make more commitment towards adequately funding the programs and promoting a coordinated approach.
We need a bit more on coordination, collaborating with all sectors, working together. It's an area we need to strengthen because these diseases go beyond health, and a bit more funding. If you could increase the public funding for some of these diseases, because now the funding landscape has changed. So it's about time we looked inside our own.
The upcoming exercise is expected to reach some 6.7 million eligible persons from 86 elephantiasis endemic districts in 15 regions, 266,000 people in 2 river blindness endemic districts, and over 1 million persons across 13 bilharzia endemic districts will also be covered.
In more news this evening, government through the Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment is set to engage organised labour in the coming days as part of efforts to roll out a comprehensive decent work agenda for Ghana's rapidly growing digital economy. The initiative is aimed at creating a positive and supportive regulatory environment for digital workers and entrepreneurs while addressing concerns that have increasingly emerged within the sector. Labour Affairs correspondent Daniel Opoku has more.
The future of work is increasingly digital, and at the recently concluded International Labour Organization conference, discussions on ensuring decent work in a digital environment dominated proceedings. According to the ILO, more than 400 million workers worldwide have the potential to earn income through digital platforms and online opportunities, highlighting the growing significance of the sector in shaping global economies. Recognizing this shift, member states adopted ILO Convention 193, a landmark framework designed to guide governments in developing policies that promote fairness, protection, and decent work conditions for workers operating in the digital space. In Ghana, an estimated 250,000 to 300,000 people are already engaged in various forms of digital work. Despite the opportunities, many digital workers continue to face challenges, including limited government support, inadequate regulatory frameworks, and barriers that hinder their growth and productivity. Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment Dr. Rashid Purple says the government is committed to harnessing the enormous potential of the digital economy as a key strategy for job creation and youth empowerment.
The challenge is not going to be deeper than we imagine because this is a third world country, a developing country, a middle-level income country where machines are still not dictating how we work. We still have to go to offices, work with files. We still have to run vehicles, drive them ourselves. We don't have, so we still have to have drivers. We still have to have workers in the construction firms. We still have to have teachers teaching. We still have to have nurses working. So our world is not that going to be deeply affected. You know, we still are in the situation where we can use everybody.
A labor relations expert, Austin Game, has welcomed the move, stressing the importance of strong collaboration between organized labor and government in shaping the future of work, particularly within the framework of Ghana's proposed 24-hour economy.
is written in the law, section 8B, that employers should modify. To modify gives you room to do whatsoever you want to do. And the policies must be crafted to represent that. I think that if we can embrace properly without putting partisan politics frontally, and we can embrace the policy on the 24-hour economy, Ghana will be a showpiece for others to emulate.
He called for reforms to Ghana's labor laws reflect the realities of digital age, arguing that a modernized legal framework would strengthen job creation and provide greater protection for workers operating online. As digital work continues to expand, stakeholders say effective regulation, social dialogue, and modern labor policies will be essential to ensure that the benefits of digital economy are shared fairly among our workers.
In more news tonight, the Supreme Court of Ghana has paid a courtesy call on leadership of Media General as part of activities marking its 150th anniversary. The visit, led by justices of the Apex Court, seeks to broaden stakeholder engagement drive aimed at deepening public understanding of the judiciary's role.
Addressing the leadership of Media General, the delegation outlined a series of activities lined up to celebrate the 150-year milestone. Chairman of the Supreme Court at 150 Anniversary Planning Committee, His Lordship Justice Richard A.J. Frimpong, spoke on behalf of the delegation.
We want to thank Media General for opening its doors to us. The peace and stability we are enjoying now is mainly attributable to the performance of the court over the years. And therefore, there's every reason to celebrate the Supreme Court. And therefore, we invite all Ghanaians to be with us, stand with us, and participate in the activities that have been lined up to mark the occasion. We have various lectures capturing various topics which we think will bring the court into some engagement with the public. We are also going to have a legal aid clinic where the court, in collaboration with the bar, will meet with the common people on the street, market women.
He also mentioned that the delegation will collaborate with stakeholders for improved justice delivery system.
That we need to look back and take stock of where we have come from. We also have to look at where we are now. As a court, as an institution, as a partner in democracy, as a stakeholder in our governance structure, how have we fared over the years? And it's also an opportunity for us to chart a course into the future. What kind or type of Supreme Court do we want to see 50 years, 100 years from now? So the celebration is going to impact on our work. We are going to interact with other stakeholders.
The theme for the celebration is the Supreme Court of Ghana at 150, honoring the past, celebrating the present, and celebrating the future.
Well, so you know that the World Cup is upon us. Ghana's Black Stars will be kicking off their first game of the competition later this evening at 11 p.m. TV3 will bring you live coverage. However, the #1 gentleman of the land, the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has been speaking to the players and technical team of the Black Stars in a Zoom call and encouraged them to keep flying the flag of Ghana high. Let's listen to the conversation he had with the team.
I asked my Vice President, Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, to personally come and issue words of encouragement to you on behalf of our nation and to express our confidence in you and that we are all praying and supporting you. But I felt that before this match, I must personally call you and tell you how all of us are praying for you and that we have confidence in you to be able to make it. You have done well so far. Of course, the friendly matches were to adjust strategy and technique, and I'm sure that with every match you improved, And so it's my hope that we will use Panama to set the stage for a brilliant performance. Everybody knows the Black Stars. The whole of Africa is looking up to you like they did in 2010 when it became Bagana Bagana instead of Bafana Bafana. And we're looking to you again to rise up to that occasion. I know we have a new crop of players and all that, but it is my hope that you all blend in, and under the captainship of John Dadan, you work together. The two senior players who have retired, Asamoah and Step Up Stephen Appiah, are all there to inspire you. And we also have confidence in the new head coach. Even though he didn't come early enough, I still think that with the little that he has done, he should be able to lead the team to victory. And so the whole of Ghana says, I should tell you that this night, we're not sleeping. The match is going to be telecast here at 11 p.m. We're all going to stay awake, and we will be kneeling and praying throughout the 90 minutes, and we are confident that you emerge victorious.
On behalf of the technical team and the players and our leaders, we want to assure you that we're ready for the challenge. It's not going to be easy, but we are ready, and we know the stakes are high, but I can assure you that we'll make sure that we Ghanaians proud and we'll make you proud. I started from today and to get the 3 points. That's it. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, Your Excellency, I just want to tell you a very, very simple thing. The boys are ready. All of us, we are ready. We know our responsibilities. And I am sure and full of confidence that when this game finishes, you're going to be proud of our team. You're going to be proud of the network team of Ghana as well, the people and the fans of Ghana. Our gratitude is a small word just to explain to you how much we feel privileged to have the address of the president of the country to us before the game. Thank you very much.
Indeed, we are all not sleeping tonight, right? What's your prediction? 2-0 for me.
3-0 for me.
For you. Okay.
We will Panama.
Have you fasted already for the Black Stars?
No, I'm too confident I don't have to fast.
Meanwhile, in a festive atmosphere, members of parliament, parliamentary staff and journalists thronged the precincts of the chamber in a spirited jamboree ahead of the Black Stars opening match against Panama at the 2026 World Cup. Full excitement and optimism unfolded as many predicted a win for Ghana, stressing that securing all 3 points in tonight's encounter will be vital to the team's chances of progressing in the tournament. Christian Yale reports.
A spirited jamboree, that is what is happening right now. Members of parliament, right after adjournment, have gathered here to warm up for that big opener of Black Stars against Panama in the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Ghana Black Star is winning 2 straight. And you know, Panama is a good side, but we know the caliber and the spirit that is within the Black Star.
What do you expect going into the game?
Win. That's all I'll say. We expect them to perform their best, do whatever they can, and make sure they come home with good results.
What is your prediction going into the game tonight?
It's going to be either 2-0 or 2-1 in favor of Ghana.
So the whole parliament is full of joy because we know that Black Star today, we are going to win the match against Panama, and we are going to bring the cup back here in Ghana. It's 2-0. 2-0.
But let me engage the Salaga South MP quickly.
My constituents are excited. They are upbeat. They are waiting for the match at 11 p.m. We've set up big screen in the constituency so they can watch it together, show love, galvanize the people, and offer the Black Stars the needed support and cheers to spur them on.
I just tell them, say, Ghana, they make me fire.
So we are expecting that the spirit is high. He says that they are charged, we are charged, and we believe that our players are going to do it for us. The Ghana spirit is back.
Oh yeah, so we are happy. We are MPs. We are representing Ghana, and Black Stars is the blood of Ghanaians. And so no matter who you are, today, this day, you have to support the Black Stars.
We are changing the atmosphere. What is happening in Ghana is happening in Toronto. And so it's like what is happening on earth is happening in heaven. Well, the scoreline, it will not be over 3.5, and it will not be under 2.5 as well.
Boa, 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 yeah. I'm sure many of you who are following the Black Stars will be singing the song in support of the team later this evening. So, official banking partner of the Ghana Football Association, Universal Merchant Bank, that's UMB, has organized a charged float to drum up support for the national team and boost morale ahead of tonight's encounter against Panama.
As anticipation builds ahead of the Black Stars World Cup clash against Panama, official banking partner of the Ghana Football Association, UMB, is rallying support for the national team through a special promotional campaign. The bank says its involvement underscores its commitment to Ghana football, the strong Ghanaian spirit, and its continued support for the Black Stars on and off the pitch. As part of the initiative, customers can open a UMB account by simply scanning a QR code or downloading the UMB Speed app. Victoria Atipo is the division head branch network for the Greater Accra, Eastern and Central regions.
UMB is here today not only as a partner but also as a financial institution that's backing your services or your needs. Now we're here today to tell you that we're at Sopton GFA and we want you to join us with the fun. You can see there's so much going on behind me. You can't miss out the fun. So we want you to be a part of this fun. Join us this evening at the Accra Sports Stadium to watch the match, and also at the Marina Mall to watch the fun. We have other viewing centers that would also be populating on our social media platforms. We have our products that we're not going to leave out of the fun. We want you to open your account with us, open savings account, open current account, open your business account. We are there to support you run your business. We have special packages for every type of individual.
With national pride at stake tonight, UMB, through its Proudly Back in Ghana theme, is encouraging all Ghanaians to back the Black Stars as they seek victory against Panama.
You're still watching News 360. Stay with us. We have much more for you, business, sports, and also an update of preparations ahead of tonight's encounter. And TV3, 3FM, and our sister stations will be bringing you live coverage of the Black Stars Panama game. Stay with us. There's more to come after this.
us is changing. Not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra. Starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now. In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasumeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
All rural banks into community banks under its revised microfinance sector framework. According to the central bank, this marks a significant shift aimed at strengthening community-level financial services and expanding access to banking across both rural and urban areas.
The central bank says the move is intended to reposition the sector as a modern banking segment capable of delivering inclusive financial services to communities across Ghana. Under the directive, all existing rural banks are required to complete statutory name changes, corporate rebranding, and other regulatory adjustments by December 2026. The conversion comes as the rural banking sector marks 50 years since its establishment in 1976 to promote financial access in underserved communities. According to the Bank of Ghana, the sector currently consists of 147 licensed institutions operating nearly 1,000 branches nationwide and serving more than 80 million customers. The central bank believes the transition will strengthen community-level financial intermediation and support broader efforts to integrate more Ghanaians into the formal financial system.
Meanwhile, Ghana Microfinance Association of Ghana Companies has issued an urgent appeal to the Bank of Ghana requesting a 3 to 5 year extension on the newly mandated capital threshold. Under the central bank's sweeping financial reforms, microfinance companies are required to transition into microfinance banks, which includes escalating their minimum capital requirement from the current 2 million cedis to an aggressive 50 million cedis by a deadline of December 31, 2026.
It is going to be an issue, first of all, to the institutions, in the sense that what BOJ is saying is that if you cannot find yourself a place in the reform, as in either migrating to a microfinance bank or a credit union or a community bank or last mile, and then you have to exit. From the microfinance, if we are to move on to the microfinance bank, a whole lot is going to change. The way we go about our businesses, even clearing them, we are not used to that. We don't do that. We only do savings. But once you go up to that level, you are open to current account operations, clearing systems, and all that. We are not used to. All these are new things, and we'll need time to be able to adjust. Even if you take the capital out, there are a whole lot of things that are going to change, and we cannot do all of that in a year, like BOJ is requesting us to do.
Now, the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry has attributed delays in the completion of construction projects largely to the government's failure to pay contractors on time. The comments followed repeated concerns raised by the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Govansagboja, over the pace of work on several road projects across the country and his subsequent directive for some contracts to be terminated over non-performance.
That is also a challenge as the chamber is trying to look into. We've discussed with the minister because some of them are legitimate. As we speak now, there were legacy debt that this current administration has inherited. Now that this current administration has also awarded new contract, there are in the books, there are liabilities in the books. So a contractor A may be given a big push project today, but in the books, government is indebted to that particular contractor, which has not been cleared. So if you pay mobilization to that contractor, the bank will take it away, thinking that that contractor is having money. But you go to the bank has swallowed that money because the contractor is owing that bank. So if immediately it happened this way, you'll be thinking that the contractor has diverted the money. It's not him. It's the bank that has swallowed the money because the contractor is owing the banks. To you, you have paid mobilization, but the bank has taken that money to defect its what they call liability to the contractor.
And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Let's bring you updates now from the currency and the commodities market.
around us is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana, the conversation on climate security implications in Ghana, the Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra, starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now. In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasmeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, river and forest disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana, the conversation on climate security implications in Ghana, the Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga.
Together this report.
And so we're just a few hours away from kickoff. It's the big one, Ghana versus Panama, the opening fixture at the 2026 FIFA World Cup for the Black Stars. Currently, I'm at the team hotel where the players are upstairs and getting ready to come down to head to the bus and move to the BMO field, which is just a few minutes away from here. The field is where the match will be taking place. However, hundreds of fans have made their way here. There's some outside. There's some gathering at parks where there's expected to be a Jama walk from the park all the way to the BMO field ahead of the big kickoff. The support here has been massive, it's been intense, and also there's been visits from former players like Asamoah Gyan, Jonathan Mensah, who have all gone upstairs and had their talks with the team. Some dignitaries have also made their way to the team as well. It's a big task ahead for the Black Stars, knowing the variables at this World Cup. That 8 of the best 12 third-place teams would qualify to the knockout round. So essentially, winning your first game is very, very crucial for Carlos Queiroz, who himself, by leading the team tonight at the BMO field, will be making history as he becomes the third person to lead a nation to 5 different World Cups. Where will he take Ghana at this World Cup? That is the question that begs to be known. However, we'll find out in the next few days. Let's sample the thoughts of some fans here at the Black Stars Hotel whilst we wait for the team to come around. Let me talk to one fan here. What's your name?
Scott.
Okay, Scott, what's your expectation for tonight, Ghana versus Panama?
I think Ghana will win. I think Panama are a decent side. They're organised. They know what they're doing. But I think Ghana have got more talent. And so the question is just whether Ghana can impose themselves, play their game, not be too safe, try and be offensive, and then take the game to Panama. Because I think if they do that, Ghana have got too much quality.
What's the scoreline that you have in mind?
2-0.
2-0?
2-0.
Any goal scorers?
Semenyo, hopefully. That will be a good start. And then I think they get one from a corner. So one of the centre-backs, Jerome or Ajete.
Okay. Thank you very much, Scott. I think I have one more fan here who can also join me. What's your name?
I'm Muraku.
Okay, my namesake. What's your expectation for tonight? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm expecting the Black Stars to put on a show. Definitely. I know we are missing the first service of Partey, Kodos, and some other key players, but I have believe in Carlos Queiroz. He's a very good trainer, checking his experience and other stuff. I think the team actually needs to stand up and put up a show for him. Definitely with the mindset and everything that is gearing towards this game, I believe we will come out good. 2-0 for Black Stars is a very good score.
Well, thank you very much, Oreku. You just saw some members of the technical team go upstairs as they are currently preparing to set off to the BMO field for the match between Ghana and Panama. You can see the barricade that has been set over here, and then there's also heavy security present. A lot of the fans are just waiting to see the players come down and head to the bus, maybe get a chance to get an autograph, say their goodbyes. However, still that's because we're bringing you updates from the BMO field. 7 p.m. local time is the kickoff here in Canada, but in Ghana, it's 11 p.m. We'll be showing that match live on TV3, and so you can join Mundial live from 10 p.m. Ray Kwampofo reporting from the Black Stars Hotel here in Toronto for 3 Sports.
So in a few hours' time, that game will kick off on TV3, and coverage will start at 9 p.m. Let's do some more, because in Group K, there was, again, where Cristiano Ronaldo's record-equaling 6th World Cup got off to
us is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra. Starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now. In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasumeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Segment here on News360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, the first Russian Film Festival has officially opened in Accra. The event commenced with screenings of The Challenge, the first feature film ever shot in orbit. The festival forms part of a broader program aimed at providing valuable learning opportunities for future filmmakers, journalists, and communication professionals while strengthening cultural ties between Ghana and Russia.
The Maiden Russian Film Festival has officially opened in Accra, marking a new chapter in cultural exchange between Ghana and Russia through the art of cinema. Organized in partnership with the University of Media, Arts and Communication Institute of Film and Television, UNIMAC IFT, the festival brought together movie enthusiasts, filmmakers and students who gathered at Snap Cinemas to experience Russian storytelling and culture on the big screen. Opening day featured the screening of The Challenge, the first feature film ever shot in space, giving audiences a unique cinematic experience. The two-day festival will also showcase other acclaimed Russian productions, including 3 Seconds, The Star, and Flight Crew, which will close the event. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the ambassador of the Russian Federation to Ghana, His Excellency Andrei Odash, described cinema as a powerful tool for bringing people together and fostering cultural understanding.
Cinema is a kind of art which is most easy to understand, to make people closer. So we have something to show to our Ghanaian partners, and I think they have a lot of things to learn from Ghanaians. The festival we are having today is a good start.
Also speaking to 3 Entertainment, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of UNIMAC, Professor Winston Abrampa, expressed excitement about the opportunities the festival presents for students and aspiring media professionals.
It gives them an opportunity to appreciate diverse cultures because we are developing students who are also expected to be competent both locally and globally. It's important we expose them to such opportunities. For them to learn, quite apart from what we expose them to, they will also be able to deliver on international stage or on international front.
The festival is expected to strengthen cultural ties between Ghana and Russia while providing valuable learning opportunities for future filmmakers, journalists, and communication professionals.
You can do it.
News segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Thank you so much, Noella. On the international front, former Nigerian Oil Minister Jezani Alison Madueke has been found not guilty of sex bribery charges by a London jury on Wednesday after a rare corruption trial of a high-profile former energy official. The verdict is a major blow to British authorities who began the investigation into corruption allegations against her more than a decade ago. She's the first woman to be Nigeria's Minister for Petroleum Resources between 2010 and 2015 under then-President Goodluck Jonathan, and she stood trial charged with 5 counts of accepting bribes and a charge of conspiracy to commit bribery.
And that's it for our package. Thank you so much for watching. And a reminder that we are bringing you live coverage of the World Cup here on TV3, the Ghana game that is at 11 p.m. My name is Martin Esiedu Date.
I am Portia Gabo. Good luck to the Black Stars of Ghana. Good evening.